Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to the desert, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Tonight's place of environment. I don't know, Jarrett. Loss of words here. Welcome to the booth, Jarrett Reichert, Roger Muth here to bring you all the action here tonight for the USRA. We are in the desert, like I said, Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Hooters 250 here, hotel and casino. Brought to us tonight by Doug Ungari. Jarrett, it's the second race of the season here in the desert. We're a long way from the beaches from Daytona.
Absolutely, Roger. Last week's race was one heck of a finish. I expect nothing different here as we get ready to race here in the hot and slick desert of Las Vegas.
Yeah, you talk about the hot and slick conditions. The track temp right now for these drivers who are out there practicing on track, up over 100 degrees. It is 107 degrees right now here in the desert, and I don't think the track temperature is going to drop. These drivers were out all day out on the town, doing burnouts all over, acting all sorts of crazy. They were even down at the roulette table, Jarrett, and a lot of these guys were putting big money on green flag racing.
Well, I think that's a safe bet here in the desert, Roger.
The desert it is. Well, before we get going here tonight, let's take a quick look here at our points after we left the Daytona International Speedway. Right there after week number 1, Luke LaFaro taking home the win last week. And right now he's on top of the point standings. Bradley Allison finished second last week. He's in a dead tie there with the man who finished third at Daytona. Josiah Millen is third on the points. Aaron Davidson right there sits fourth in your points. Chase Berry is fifth. Jared Hagedorn is sixth. Donald Bennett is sitting there seventh in your point standings. Stephen Holmes is sitting there eighth. David Carmen is ninth. Ryan Jones rounds out the top 10 in our point standings. Those point standings, though, are only after one event, so those are going to shake up probably 10 ways till the end of this race. We're probably get an update on those points before the end of the night here, but we're going to step away real quick. So, ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn ready here from Las Vegas because it's going to be one wild one. Qualifying coming up right here in just a moment.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And welcome back here to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Qualifying had just begun. As you see, 30 seconds have ticked off the clock. Let's see if we can find somebody out there on track. Here comes driver of the 33. Ira Kohlhaas came in here tonight thinking he had a pretty solid chance here, Jared. They did a lot of practicing. I don't know if you caught a lot of under the hosted sessions this week, but Ira Kohlhaas and his team out here doing a lot of practicing from Las Vegas.
Yeah, I didn't get to catch any of that there, Roger, but I'm sure gonna need a lot of practice here at this hot, slick track.
Right now, no qualifying times have been put in, but Ira Kohlhaas is on the clock right now. Another one of those drivers out there who didn't have a good week last week, but is back in action here. The number 25, Jordan Smith, trying to right the ship after blowing up his motor last week from Daytona as he was pushing his teammate at the front of the field. And it was just amazing last week as he blew the motor in that Toyota Camry, and everybody just kind of parted around him. As let's see where he's going to come around here on his first time lap as you see him down to the apron. There is no out of bounds here. Jordan Smith goes 9th quickest and dropping through the charts. Jonathan Platt, one of the newer drivers over here, he goes to the top of the board, and well, he's quickly removed from his spot because Aaron Davidson here in the unnumbered 03 machine goes to the top of the charts here with a 30.597. Ira Kohlhaas does come through the traps now. He goes 3rd on the board. Jeff Pogo's out here tonight in that Mako Tools number 24 Ford Performance machine coming off turn number 4. This will be Jeff Pogo's first timed lap in the books here tonight. Let's see where he's going to wind up on the board. He goes 15th quickest with a 31.403. Some little lackluster speed out of the 24 on his first lap, but he's got one more lap in the book. Dan Dill, Jeff Pogo's teammate out here, he goes 13th quickest on the board. 81 of Dan Dill with a 30.731.
Looks like the 25, Jordan Smith, jumping to the top of the charts there with a 30.580.
Ron Holyfield just finishing up his timed laps. He goes 11th for the time being, but there's a lot of drivers here tonight and a lot of drivers that actually have not taken a time. How about we look at this guy right here in the 38 of Cody Levitt. It's a hometown race for Cody Levitt as he resides out of the Las Vegas area. So it's one of the tracks that he marks on the schedule year in and year out. He wants to park it in Victory Lane. He's also got a local company there, the 7-5 Brewing Company, Grim Reaper sponsored beer machine. Also got a little bit of those Golden Knights back there on the deck lid of that car. Right now, though, a little off the pace as Cody Levitt goes 26 out of the 26 drivers who have put in a time. See if he can pick it up on lap number 2. Luke LaFaro, though, last week's winner in the DC Solar Toyota, he's out there on track. He's on his get-up-to-go lap, so he doesn't have a timed lap in just yet, but he is working on it. Was talking to Luke LaFaro in the offseason. He felt good coming in here to the USRA Cup Series. He felt like these cars kind of fit his driving style just a little bit better. First lap for Luke LaFaro, though, goes 27th quickest, and then he loses it going down into the corner. Cody Levitt, though, does come back across the stripe here, 17th quickest. Cody Levitt, the only driver left out there on track. I don't believe anybody else is going to get a timed lap in. So 28 drivers out of the 35 drivers here tonight at Las Vegas have taken a time. Jordan Smith has the quick time here with Aaron Davidson. Chase Berry is in your third spot. Jeff Pogo rounds out the top 4. 18 seconds left here in qualifying. Jarrett, you've seen practice. You've seen some qualifying laps. Where do you think this track is going to end up here tonight?
Well, I think tires are going to be the name of the game tonight with this track over 100 degrees. I think any time you get any chance you get with a caution or anything, you're going to want to come down and get four fresh Goodyears.
4 fresh Goodyears could be the way to go here tonight. So there you see the qualifying order. We'll go through that here in just a moment. But Jordan Smith is going to take the top spot here tonight for the Hooters Casino Hotels 250 at Las Vegas here tonight, presented by Doug Ungari. Well, while these boys start to grit them up, let's see if we can take you through your starting lineup here. Jordan Smith earns himself his first pole of the year here, so he'll start the 25 Toyota P number 1 here tonight. The 03 of Aaron Davidson going to roll off in the second starting spot. Third here tonight going to be the 21 of Chase Berry. Jeff Pogo has a quick Ford machine. He's going to start 4th here tonight. 5th going to go to the 87 of Bradley Allison. Jamie Leach in the number 2 going to roll off 6th. 7th going to go to Jim Ott. How about Jonathan Platt right there? Look at that driver photo. One heck of a photo there by the 51 of Jonathan Platt. Ninth position here, the shocking Doug Ungari. We got to thank him for tonight's broadcast. Doug Ungari going to roll off there in the ninth spot. Michael Broomley in the number 7, going to roll off 10th. 11th here tonight, Cameron Coles. How about the 12th position going to Steven Schmidt? 13th here tonight, Ron Holyfield in the 98. Chauncey Henry Jr. going to roll off 14th. 15th tonight, Darren Scandarito. Ira Colehouse in the 33, rolling off 16th. 17th going to go to the Las Vegas kid, Cody Levitt. John Mullins going to roll the 64 there in the number 18th spot. 19th, Jason Arison. And the 20th position, rounding out the top 20, the number 8 of Eric Holly.
Starting in 21st position will be the 81 of Dan Dill. Starting next to him in the 91 will be Ryan Jones. Starting in the 23rd position will be the 68 of Miroslav Mach. Sorry if I butchered that. And starting next to him in the 90 will be the Michael Sturgill. Starting in the 25th position tonight will be the 30 of David Carmen. The 22 of Jared Hagedorn will be starting next to him in the 26th position. Starting 27th will be the 20 of Luke LaFaro. Starting 28th will be the 29 of Jason Young, with the 9 of Steve Holmes starting 29th. Starting in the 30th position will be the 79 of Jay Felton. Starting 31st will be the 14 of Jeff Price. Rolling off next to him in the 32nd position will be the 80 of Hank Caston. Starting in the 33rd position will be the 40 of
Well, sorry for that little delay there, a little mishap here on our part. The screen wasn't quite sized here for a little bit of our new hardware here tonight, so we apologize for that. But I believe we do have it all squared away, and we are ready to go green flag racing here from Las Vegas. There you heard the starting lineup as we went through that, and now it's time that these drivers put their chips where they are, because all bets are about to be off as we're about to go green flag racing. 160 laps here tonight from the desert, and it's about to get wild here in the Sin City as the pace car is down and away. 35 drivers here tonight to take the green flag, and there it is. The green flag is waving here for the Hooters 250, and it is a good start here by your leaders. Everybody looks to be getting away pretty cleanly through the field.
And as they come through turn 1 and 2, you got the 25 of Jordan Smith leading the way on the inside, followed by, I believe that's the 7 of Michael Bromley as he tries to make the pass down the outside.
Somebody down there off the pace to the bottom. It looks like that was Bradley Allison. He wants to go to the back here. He knows things can get wild here in Sin City. Coming off turn number 4 for the first time here tonight in the Hooters 250. Looks like Jordan Smith is going to take the first lap here tonight led. But look at the man to the outside. I think his number on his car is a little bit wrong for the second week in a row. I think he throws just about any number he wants out there. Chase Berry going to bring, that's the number 7 on the side of it, but it's the 21 on the timing and scoring. Here comes Chase Berry to the outside, and he's got the 03 unnumbered Chevy Camaro there in the 3rd spot on the outside.
As they come off of turn 4, you got the 24 of Jeff Pogo sitting there in the 4th position. Oh, big slide as they come down to the grass in the tri-oval.
Yeah, that's the 5 car there of Jim Ott. Got a little sideways as he tried to get back to the throttle. He's going to lose a ton of positions as you see him down there. He goes from being inside the top 5 to right now outside the top 30 and still dropping spots like a rock in water. Out front, though, down the backstretch, still thundering to the outside. The number 21 here of Chase Berry.
They work their way off of turn 4. It looks like the 25 of Smith is going to get back under Berry as they come through the stripe, and he's going to lead another lap here in Las Vegas.
3 laps tonight led here by that 25 of Jordan Smith as they go down into corners number 1 and 2 again. Throw a blanket over your top 4, 5 drivers as they're still side by side. Jordan Smith going to slide up out of turn number 2, and I think that Aaron Davidson machine might have got into the wall just a little bit. We'll have to check back and see if we can find any damage on the right-hand side of that car, but I think there might have been contact, but I don't think it put any damage. Look at Jeff Pogo as he follows the 25 across the line. They're going to go 3 wide just about at the line. They funnel it back down to 2 wide by the time we get to turn 1.
And as they come down through turn 1 and 2, it looks like the 24 Pogo is going to look to the inside and take the lead coming off the 2 down to the backstretch.
Down the backstretch now, door to door, 25-24 leads the way. Here comes the 51 of Jonathan Platt. trying to push the 24 of Pogo to the front. The inside lane looks pretty dominant here early on.
Yeah, the inside lane definitely getting that work, and as they come through the tri-oval, Pogo's still leading as they come through turn 1. It looks like the 03 is going to try and dive him to the inside of the 51. But no, he slides up the racetrack as they come through 1 and 2.
Everybody jockeying for position here in the early goings. Little check here on where Jim Ott wound up. Look, there's Jim Ott sitting back here in the 31st position. Lost about 25 positions while he took that slide off turn number 4 through the grass, trying to cut the grass here in Las Vegas. Just in front of them there, 3 wide as Josiah Millen was in the middle there. Stephen Holmes on the outside, and I believe that was the 14 of Jeffrey Price there in the middle, or on the outside.
Just the 40 of Josiah Millen trying to work his way up through this pack after starting 25th, or 33rd, excuse me. He's all the way up to 25th, and he's working on the 90 of Michael Stringle as they come off turn 4.
Yeah, new paint job there on the number 90 of Michael Sturgill. Pretty hot, good looking hot rod there for the 90 of Sturgill. But up front, they are still 2 by 2 for it looks like the first 10 positions here at the front of this one here tonight. Lap 8 and still side by side. Who's going to lead lap 8 as we come off turn 4? Jordan Smith went a little bit high there, but it looks like he will beat the 24 of Jeff Pogo back to the line. So Pogo leads, or Smith leads over Pogo.
As they work their way through 1 and 2, Jordan Smith really working that outside, keeping that momentum up, staying ahead of Pogo. Pogo's still working the inside as they come down to 3.
Down into turn number 3, Jordan Smith takes over the lead, though. Now Pogo's going to have to go door to door here with the 21 of Chase Berry at the line. Smith leads the lap. Pogo has the second position for the meantime. A little bit farther back behind them, Ron Holyfield starting to make his way through the field here. He's shown right now in the 7th position. He has that car down there to the inside, the 98 Camaro. Right now shown in 7th. He was trying to work over that 03 there of Aaron Davidson there in that Chevy Performance Camaro. Davidson going to come down, block the line there. These cars are probably starting to get a little bit tight now as they work their way off turn number 4.
As they work their way down through the tri-oval into turn 1, the 00 of Doug Ungari is working on the 64 of John Mullins as they come off turn 2.
Yeah, you got almost a little bit of a little action back there. I believe that was the 38 of Cody Levitt almost found the turn 2 wall. I did notice, I heard a little bit of these drivers tell me about how in practice over the week, a lot of times these guys, when they come out of the corner with this aero package, they do wind up getting a little push happy, and that could have just happened there to the 3811, but it looks like he's going to be able to continue on here, and no damage was close there out of turn number 2.
Coming down to turn 3, the 64 working on the, I believe that's the 7 of Michael Bromley. He is going to try and slide up in front of him as they come down to the start-finish line.
Battle right back there for right inside the top 10. We are under yellow flag conditions. The 32 here of Donald Bennett has gone around, and I believe Cameron Combs also may have been involved here. We're back here on our first yellow flag of the night here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway and find out what went wrong for driver of the 32 of Donald Bennett. Let's see, Bennett's back here. Looks like he maybe just drifts up the track a little bit, gets aero loose there, goes to save it, spins it around. Unfortunate, gonna collect a couple drivers here. It looks like Jason Harrison and Bradley Allison get involved here with Donald Bennett off turn number 4. Wind it back here one more time. Take a look. There you see Bennett's already sideways. No place for the 44 to go. No place for Bradley Allison to go. So 3-car incident here on lap number 14. Going to put us under our first yellow flag conditions. And looks like 25, Jordan Smith, still out front. So now 14 laps on your tires here, Jarrett. Track temp over 105 degrees. You believe these guys are all coming down pit road right here?
Oh, I absolutely believe they're all coming down pit road here, Roger.
Well, we're about to find out. What does Jordan Smith do here? And there it shows Jordan Smith is going to bring her down pit road, and I believe everybody else is going to come right along with him. Nobody staying out here to lead a lap in the early goings. I lied. There is one sneaky person out there. I believe that's going to be the number 11 here in the City Chevy, number 11. That is Stephen Schmidt out of Pennsylvania. He's going to stay out. He'll mark himself into the record book. That'll give him one extra bonus point that you never know when you need that just one extra bonus point here. So everybody just about down pit road. Steve Schmidt stays out. It looks like Bradley Allison also going to stay out here. Remember, Bradley Allison, though, was wrapped up in that event there with Donald Bennett off turn number 4. Looks like Jordan Smith will win the race off pit road, followed by Jeff Pogo, Chase Berry, Stephen Holmes, though, down pit road. But I think, Jarrett, he might have missed his pit stall. That could be a big disaster here in the early going for the number 9 of Stephen Holmes.
Yeah, a lot of time to be won and lost here on pit road.
So, in fact, the number 9 here of Stephen Holmes did miss his pit stall, so he is going to have to come back. It's unfortunate because that's going to be starting at the tail end of this longest line. Then once he does come back in here to put 4 fresh tires, because I'm pretty sure he's at this point going to want 4 fresh tires. Stephen Holmes has a little bit of a tribute on his car here tonight. 9/11, of course, was yesterday here. It was an unfortunate day in all of Americans' history, as a lot of people lost their lives, not only in Washington, D.C., but also in New York and in Pennsylvania. A tragic day all across the United States. Stephen Holmes throwing back to a little bit of 9/11 there. So we do applaud him for what he has on the front end of his car, but it looks like the lights here on the pace car will go out as Steve Holmes down, taking 4 fresh tires. Jordan Smith going to lead us back to green flag racing here on lap number 17 here tonight. Jeff Pogo is going to line up to his outside. Chase Berry then will have the 21/7 machine in the 3rd spot. Jamie Leach going to roll back to the green flag here in 4th. Then it's going to be Ron Holyfield, Jonathan Platt, Darren Scandarito, John Mullins, Michael Brumley, and Cody Levitt rounding out our top 10 drivers that are about to take us back to green flag. Jarrett, we saw some amazing racing side-by-side action. Didn't really see too many crazy 3-wide battles here in the early going, but I believe 3-wide action is going to wind up here sooner than later.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely, once they get all spanned out and get these cars figured out what they're going to do with this hot track, we'll definitely be seeing 3-wide. As I'm having some technical difficulty here, Roger.
Well, there's always something wrong with Jarrett's PC, we're starting to find out here, but green flag racing, nobody having issues out there right now. Other than that iRacing pace car, it's a Mustang and it's still pacing the field. Oh, there it goes, left-hand turn. It needs to get some fuel and 4 fresh tires on the Mustang too. Back to green flag racing. Jordan Smith hammers down early here. He's going to get the jump on Jeff Pogo. Jamie Leach got a really good restart back there too. Now he's going to go door to door down into turn number 1 here. Jeff Pogo has the inside lane for the time being, but Jamie Leach wants to flex his muscle. Down the backstretch they go. Your leader is your first 4 guys. Going to single file out. Then it's going to be Ron Holyfield. And that looks like that is the 51, of Jonathan Platt. That are side by side right there as they come off turn number 4. And no longer just side by side back there, because here comes Jeff Pogo to the front. He wants to lead a couple more laps here tonight in Las Vegas. Jeff Pogo throws that Mako Tools there to the bottom. He's going to try and take the lead off turn number 2, but that outside momentum in the 25 Toyota is keeping him there. A wiggle out of the number 2 of Jamie Leach down into turn number 3. It looked like Jonathan Platt saw it happen. He checked up in the 51 machine, so we're going to keep them all gathered up here at the front. Still side by side throughout the entire front 20, possibly even 30 cars here still side by side. Jeff Pogo still pulling that bottom lane. Ron Holyfield coming along with him. Jordan Smith still toting the outside. Inside lane just looks a little more dominant for that 24 Mustang down there on the bottom lane. Gonna have to see the longer longer we run, the more laps we put on these Goodyear Eagles if that inside lane is going to prevail and continue to be just as dominant. Bradley Allison coming out of pit road there. It looks like he was just down there taking a little bit of service on that Chevy. He'll return back to the racing surface, but he'll be shown 3 laps down right now. Look at Dan Dill coming up through the back here. That VP Racing Fuels car. Oh, somebody right in front of him. Contact. The 91 of Ryan Jones was sideways. Now the 3811 is spinning towards the rear of the field. Calamity corner here in turn number 4, but I don't believe now the yellow flag is thrown. Jim Ott was involved in that. Cody Levitt, though, has some damage on his machine. That was a wild ride. That started way towards the front, and unfortunately, a lot of guys may have been involved in this one. Let's throw it back and take a peek here if we can find her. It all happened up front. The 91 gets into the 38 in turn 3. Levitt's trying to save it. Everybody's hard on the hooks. Millen nowhere to go. Jim Ott had nowhere to go either. See if we can throw it back just a little bit farther here and find maybe a better camera angle to show everybody. There you see it. 3 wide coming off turn number 2. A little bit of a door contact there between the 91 and the 38. Dan Dill to the inside. Oh, look at that 3 wide. A little contact there. We saw it. Looks like the 30 of Carmen was also there. It looks like Eric Hawley may have got a piece of that. Josiah Millen with a bunch of front-end damage. Oh, boy, and a lot of actual damage to the number 5 of Jim Ott's machine. No nose left on the number 5 of Jim Ott. I'm sure that's not what he came into tonight looking for. As you can see, the whole front end of that Camaro is tore off of it. Josiah Millen also having a lot of front-end damage on his Deca Batteries number 40 machine. I believe Eric Hawley also got a little bit of a piece of that. Looks like somebody's been into the back end of the number 8. They are not going to be saving big money tonight here at Menards with rear end damage on the number 8 Mustang. You do see the 8 of Eric Hawley down pit road. He does have a little bit of rear end damage on that 8, but he'll be all right. It looks like a bunch of different varying strategies here under this yellow flag. It looks like your top 8 driver is going to stay out here. It looks like 2 drivers have called it a night here early on. Just 22 laps completed here from Las Vegas, and it looks like the 5 of Jim Ott has repairs longer than he's willing to sit around for, so he is headed to the hauler here tonight. Also looks like the number 15 of Cameron Combs is also going to call it an early night. Unfortunate here, because here from Las Vegas could have been a big points night. There's a lot of drivers out there. 35 drivers in total took the green flag here from Las Vegas, which means there's only 2 spots down at the bottom, 34 and 35. It's going to be the 15 is going to look to be at the time, might be shown in your 35th position, and Jim Ott is going to be down there in your 34th position. Lights on the pace car for the time being are still on. Let's take a quick look here. It's Jeff Pogo, Jordan Smith, Ron Holyfield, Chase Berry, John Mullins, your top 5. Darren Scandarito. How about that man driving the 31 Logitech Camaro here? He's shown right now in your 6th position. He's just been kind of hanging around in the top 5 here in the early going, having himself the exact run that he needs. Jason Young going to stay out here in his Camaro. He's shown in your 7th spot. Aaron Davidson in the 03 is right now running 8th. First guy on fresh tire is going to be the number 2 here, Jamie Leach, and he's going to start in your 9th position. So here we're going to see the varying strategies here once we go back green flag racing. Number 20, Luke LaFaro is shown in the 10th spot. Jared Hagedorn is 11th. 12th is Michael Brumley. Those are your top 12 cars here on lap 23. Lights on the iRacing pace car still on as we work our way off turn number 4. But we do got to thank everybody for tuning in here to the USRA. That's the Hooters Casino Hotel 250 from Las Vegas tonight. Brought to you by Doug Ungari right here on your Turn 3 Racing Network. So we do appreciate everybody tuning in here on a Thursday night. It's an early Thursday night. Here in the Northeast, we hope all is well. We know a couple storms rolling through the Northeast here, making a little bit of havoc on a lot of these drivers and their connections. So we hope everybody is safe in the Northeast. Lights on that iRacing pace car are out. Looks like we're going to go green flag racing here, lap 25. Jeff Pogo elects to take the inside lane here on this restart. Seems so far like Jeff Pogo really likes to run that 24. Mako tools board down there on the bottom lane, so look for him to probably try and keep that 24 glued down on the white line. Looks like Ron Holyfield will be the one to start right behind him. Let's see if Ron Holyfield is able to push the 24 on this restart to get him out with a little bit of a head start over toward Jordan Smith there in that Menards 25. Coming to turns 3 and 4 right now. It looks like the iRacing pace car is about to go back down pit road, get 4 fresh tires and some fuel because it's already done what it could do out here on track for pacing the field. And there it goes, left-hand turn down pit road. Pogo and Smith, your front row here. Who's going to fire? There it is. Pogo with a great launch there on Jordan Smith. He'll be cleared by Jordan Smith by the start-finish line by about 4 car lengths. And then they're going to go 3 wide almost. Ron Holyfield trying to hold back Mullins there in the 64. Down into turn 1. They made it work. Mullins decided to throw the anchor out before turn 1. And they're going to figure it out. It's going to be Holyfield out into your second spot. Jordan Smith trying to stay right here in your top 3. You see that draft pulls everybody back to the 24. Jeff Pogo, he got a great start, but look at the turn down that Ron Holyfield had right there. Holyfield looking for the lead, I believe, at the line. Holyfield going to lead his lap here, mark his name into the record book from Las Vegas, as now Jeff Pogo finds himself on the 24 to the outside lane. Doesn't look like he has the grip out there or the handle on the 24 car like he did down the inside. Now Ron Holyfield trying to run away with the inside lane. It's going to probably take about 30 laps before we see these guys, if we go through 30 laps green flag racing, before these guys really start to stretch out here at Las Vegas. These guys in the off week, as you see the 03 down there at Davidson trying to hang on to her almost into the grass. These guys in the off week here when they did the practice. Oh, contact at the front. Mullins going to turn Holyfield at the front of this one. Holyfield trying to hang on to her. He's going to lose a bunch of positions down to the inside. Ron Holyfield going to go right from the lead in turn number 1 all the way to running right around the 32nd spot out there on track. Wow, Ron Holyfield, what a heck of a save there by Holyfield coming through turns 1 and 2. That's going to shake things up. Jeff Pogo now takes back over the lead with a little man that says, I am not going to lift. He drove right around everybody there when that little scuffle happened as he was on the outside lane. Pulls about 5 car lengths over Jordan Smith. Well, let's see if Jordan Smith can start to reel Jeff Pogo back in with that draft, and it looks like he is starting to close back up to the back bumper of the 24. As they go into 3, you saw Pogo take the big arc. Jordan Smith kind of entered down there on the bottom. Smith slides up, going through the corner. Now he's going to get a good push from Aaron Davidson coming off turn number 4. Smith was just about sideways there on that 25 machine. Down into corner number 1. It's going to be a dead heat. Pogo to the outside. Now here comes Smith. These two dancing back and forth at the front of this one. They can't decide who wants to lead. Both drivers into the double digits of laps led here. Look at Davidson all over the back bumper. You saw Davidson wiggle as he was on the back bumper there on the 25, pushing Smith past the 24 of Pogo. So as Jordan Smith still hangs on to it, there's good racing all over the track, just not out front. Check out this backpack right here. Stephen Holmes starting to try and make his way back up through the field. Josiah Millen had a little bit of damage on his number 40 East Penn manufactured Chevrolet, and it looks like you can still see a little bit of damage to the nose of the number 40, but he's starting to work his way back through the field. There's Ryan Jones. Remember, Jones and Levitt got together just a handful of laps ago. He's bringing that Mountain Dew Baja Taco Bell machine back through the field. Shown 16th right now for Jones and looking for more. There is the 64 of Mullins. Remember, he was just involved with Ron Holyfield through the corner a couple laps ago. Now Mullins shown in your 13th spot as he's looking to the inside here on the 29 of Jason Young. Looks like he's going to take that position from the 29, but as he takes the position, here comes Ryan Jones now to the inside. They are side by side throughout the entire field here. Question is, how long can they keep up the side-by-side racing? Because even out front here, now it's a new taker at the front, the no number 03 Chevy Performance Camaro. Aaron Davidson now puts himself up front here. He's led 2 laps here tonight, and he's digging for more. Jordan Smith, though, what can you say about the man to the outside there as they're working up? I believe that's a lap down car just about. Dan Dill way off the pace, missing the whole front end. Looks like a modified out there. Dan Dill going to give the leaders the outside choice here. They go right around the 81 there. Dan Dill with a bunch of front end damage. It looks like his night here from Las Vegas is kind of carrying on from what happened last week from Daytona at the end of the race. As you see Jordan Smith kind of swerving down the backstretch here at Las Vegas, trying to break the draft so nobody can suck back up to the back bumper of the 25. But Aaron Davidson not falling for it. He is sticking right there in the draft. He is still following pretty close there, about a car length and a half gap between those two. And how about the man that's running right there in third? There is the DC Solar number 20 Toyota. Luke Lafaro, your points leader, shown right now in the third spot. He has worked his way through the field here tonight to try and play with the big boys at the front. Luke had a little bit of a run there. Davidson went down there and blocked it and said, no, let's push me. Let's try and catch back up through that number 25 here. Another lap down car here right in front of your leaders. Looks like that is the 51 of Jonathan Platt going. That is going to be his 9th lap down as he had substantial repairs. He was down on pit road for 6.5 minutes in that 51 machine. He's back out there circling the speedway. Things have started the single file out at the front, but back here there was the battle for the moment, the tail end of this first little pack here, the 14 Jeffrey Price and the number 7 here of Michael Broomley. They're both battling back here for the 8th and 9th position. They are the last two on your lead pack here. Still side-by-side action through the field is right back here with the 29 here of Young and the number 8 of Big Money Holly back here. That is the 18th, 19th, and 20th position, because right there is Cody Levitt, also Miroslav Mach right there in the battle. Young riding that high line back there. Mullins, though, still hanging right here around that 15th position, as that is the 22 right there. The Corn Husker himself. Something happened. Chase Berry looks like he was possibly into the wall as he's starting to drop positions there in that number 21. Ran up front here all evening long. A lot of damage. We didn't see it happen, but a lot of damage to the number 7 or 21, depending on if you're looking at the car or the timing and scoring here tonight. Chase Berry now shown outside the top 25. Check back up here on your leaders. It's still Smith, Davidson, and Lofaro, your top 3, and it looks like they're starting to make a little bit of a gap between themselves and Jeff Pogo, who runs sitting there 4th, with Jamie Leach still in 5th. Working lap 38 as Smith takes it high there off turn number 2, trying to carry as much momentum with that Toyota as he can. Davidson right there, though, not letting Smith get away. 3 different lines by the 3 leaders here. Smith to the high side, Davidson runs the middle lane, and Luke Lafaro still ripping the bottom. At the line, though, Jordan Smith going to lead his 22nd lap of the evening here. Miroslav Mach, Eric Holly, and the 64 here of John Mullins still back here battling. This is where the thick of things happen. These drivers are still side by side trying to figure out who's faster than who. Miroslav Mach has that Toyota Camry here, unsponsored here at Las Vegas, looking for sponsorship dollars. Just a small team out of Pennsylvania making their way to the West Coast here tonight on Thursday. No sponsorship dollars to help them make the journey, but they are here and they are battling inside the top 20, punching above their weight class with no sponsorship dollars. Eric Holly, though, looking to the inside here on the 64 of Mullins. Mullins, ever since that contact with Holyfield, has started to drop through the field. Ron Holyfield was shown back in your 30th position just a couple laps ago. As you see a little bit of left side damage on that 98 Smith & Wesson Camaro. He is now back up into the 24th position, but his tire's a little bit beat up and abused. Ira Kohlhaas just in front of Ron Holyfield in the 33. Has a little bit of nose damage. It seems like if he's in the draft, he's pretty good. But if he gets out of the draft, kind of loses a little bit of momentum down the straightaways. How about the 29, Jason Young right there? That purple 29, the Infinite Heroes sponsored machine, as we're back under caution flag. I believe the 40 of Millen is around here on the backstretch, and he is missing the front clip on that East Penn Manufacturing Machine. Let's take her back. We didn't catch her live as we happened right a little bit ahead of us. It looks like that 19 there, Carmen into the outside wall, and Millen tried to stay off him, then he ended up coming into the number 11 here, Steve Schmidt. So they made contact around the 40, went hard nose contact to that machine. He'll get her pointed in the right direction, but it looks like he's going to have a lot more damage done to that 40 than he really wants to have here tonight. Jordan Smith here working the 27th lap on his tires, most likely going to be bringing that machine down pit road here. Well, it looks like we may have a reestablished connection here with Jarrett Riker. Jarrett, welcome back to the booth.
Yeah, thanks, Roger. Sorry about that. My computer decided it wanted to update on me.
Well, as Jarrett's back here, it looks like, Jarrett, you missed Josiah Millen go for a little bit of a ride coming down off turn number 2. Your leaders are back on pit road here on lap 43. Jordan Smith has pretty much dominated the opening stages here of the race, and he was actually starting to pull away with Luke LaFaro and Aaron Davidson. It looks like Jordan Smith's going to win the battle here off pit road. Aaron Davidson still going to hold on to the second position. Luke LaFaro still third. Jeff Pogo hangs on to his 4th spot. Jamie Leach is 5th. Michael Sturgill sitting there now in your 6th spot. Ryan Jones back up to the 7th spot with that Mountain Dew Taco Bell 91. Darren Scandarito losing a couple positions here on pit road. And Chauncey Henry sitting there in your 9th spot. Rounding out your top 10, going to be the number 30 here of David Carmen. Lap down cars now starting to make their way down. Dan Dill in that 81 still missing the front clip on his machine. Maybe his pit crew have been able to go back to the hauler, grab a new front clip, and maybe they'll be able to slap it on the front end of that VP Racing Fuels 81. You see him coming down, hitting his pit box. Let's take a quick look while we have time here. Track facts here tonight from Las Vegas. It is the 4-turn, 1.5 track here. 160 laps was the called for lap distance. Mileage on that distance, though, going to equal out to about a 244-mile event here. There you see that track temperature is now started to drop here in Las Vegas. The sun's starting to kind of hide behind a couple clouds, cooling down the track. It is at a very cool 96 degrees. The air temp sitting at a actually very cool 77 degrees. So you can tell how hot that sun is actually beating down on the track surface here tonight. You got a little bit of a breeze out there, a 9-mile-an-hour breeze in the northwest.
Yeah, that track temp came down about 10 degrees since we had practice and qualifying, so I'm sure these drivers are liking a little bit more grip out there.
Everybody able to lean on the tires just a little bit harder than they were in practice. It was about 120 when we were actually at the start of practice here tonight. That track temp has been way down now. You know, anything out in that Nevada desert just kind of heats up. They don't get much rain out there. Actually, I was just out there the other year. It's artificial grass pretty much everywhere, so I'm banking the grass that you see here on screen is artificial. I mean, I don't know, but it does not rain in the desert. But it does snow, Jared, in case you didn't know that. It does snow in Las Vegas.
Yeah, you know, I've seen that a time or two.
The last car on your lead lap right now going to be the 00 of Doug Ungari in that 5150 machine. Doug, the sponsor here for tonight, choosing the Hooter Casino and Hotel from the Las Vegas area. Doug Ungari, one of those guys that likes to head out and gamble a little bit. I wonder what what his odds were here tonight coming into Las Vegas. Because right now he's got a lot of ground to make up as he's going to start 27th here on the field.
Yeah, he's definitely got a lot of work to do to make his way through this field.
Well, if anybody can do it, and if anybody can step on there, you know what, it's definitely going to be the 0-0 of Doug Ungari. So let's see if he can do that as he works through the field here. Pace car working through turn 4 right now. It's going to need 4 fresh tires and some more fuel here. Maybe a little bit of blinker fluid here for the pace car. It's going to make the left-hand turn right there very sharp. It might have broke something on the Mustang, but, well, Jordan Smith going to lead us back here. You saw the squat to that number 25 as he accelerated. Aaron Davidson almost switching lanes there. Got back up into his lane before he hit the line there. So I think he'll be all right without getting any further, I want to say penalties or anything, but any further action to him. So it's going to be Smith, Davidson, LaFaro, and then Pogo as they come off turn number 2. Jamie Leach still hanging on to the position back there. Here comes the big move into turn number 3.
As they work their way through turn 3, it looks like the 20 of LaFaro is going to go by the 25 Jordan Smith. They're 3 wide coming through the tri-oval.
At the line, though, it is going to be Davidson, then LaFaro, then Smith. Now LaFaro going to look to the outside here if he can try and work with Jordan Smith to get around that 03 at Davidson here. Off turn number 2 they come. Davidson still holding the inside lane, but look at Smith literally lay the wood to the back bumper of the number 20 of LaFaro.
As they work into turn 4, LaFaro still on the outside, still holding tough, but the 03 looks like he's going to get the drive as they come off. And it'll be LaFaro leading that lap.
Yeah, LaFaro just noses out that Chevy Camaro to his inside, so LaFaro going to mark his name. Now he gets his first lap led here, so he's going to pick up a bonus point. And when you come into the race here tonight as your points leader, you kind of lay everything on the table here and try and take all the chips you can. So right now LaFaro going to notch his name. He'll take a lap led as a wiggle there that time out of turn number 4, out of the 03 to the inside there. That is Aaron Davidson as he leads at the line here from Las Vegas.
It looks like the 24 of Jeff Pogo is lurking back there. I thought he was going to make it 3 wide as they came through the tri-oval, and we are under caution again.
Big issue towards the back of the field. I believe that's the number 14 here of Jeff Price as he's pointed in the wrong direction. A couple guys still trying to work their way around as Price is trying to get that 14 righted. Well, let's see. We know this button here that we're about to push is a little bit off here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but it is the replay here. It looks like the 44 of Jason Arosin and the 14 of Price get together there. Jeff goes around just a little bit, and it's unfortunate for Jeff as he has probably one of the faster cars here tonight. He won the practice race last night here in Las Vegas. He's coming screaming into the pits. He's going to try and get that 14 fixed and back out on track.
Really seems like guys are having a little hard time getting a handle on their cars here in the early stages of the run.
Yeah, Las Vegas throwing these guys for a little bit of a curveball. It's the first time they've been off the super speedways with the Cup cars this season, and, well, maybe actually a little bit of games being played. Luke LaFaro looking like he might bring down the 20 machine down to pit road, and psych, just kidding. He's going to stay out. It looks like, though, the 64 Mullins, he's not kidding. He's going to come down pit road, and I think Jared Hagedorn also coming along with him. Stephen Holmes coming down pit road. Dan Dill's coming down pit road, it looks like. Ron Holyfield, Jay Felton also down pit road. A bunch of guys taking opportunity here to put 4 tires on it.
Looks like we're starting to get on some different tire and fuel strategies here, Roger. Should be fun to watch how this plays out.
And that's the thing. These cars that you're able to hold wide open a lot of times, going to be able to play strategy throughout the year. And you're seeing it for the first time right here from Las Vegas. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back here to Las Vegas with more action for the Hooters 250. Welcome back here to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It is the Hooters Casino 250 right here, presented by Doug Ungari, and right now, the 03 of Aaron Davidson still leading the way here from Las Vegas, as none of your leaders electing to come down pit road. So 17 guys are going to stay out here on about right around 10, 11 lap old tires and see if they can stick to the front here. So it's going to be Davidson, LaFaro, Pogo, then Smith, your top four. Then it's going to be Jones and Leach right behind them. Then you're going to have Scandarito and Sturgill to battle side by side right behind those 6 drivers. Boys about to pull them belts tight and go out of here for round number, about restart number 3. So we're calling it round 3 here from Las Vegas. Racing pace car out of blinker fluid. Once again, it's going to make the left-hand turn down pit road here. Green flag about to be waving here on lap 54 when we go back here for more green flag racing action. There it is. It looked like Davidson waited a little bit. Jeff Pogo wasn't ready for him to take that long to fire that Camaro off, but he fired it off, and now he's got a great start, about 3 car lengths over Luke LaFaro and Jeff Pogo down into 1.
As they work their way through 1 and 2, it looks like Pogo is going to try and take the second position from LaFaro as they come off of 2, and he slides up in front of him. Now he's going to go after the 03 car.
Yeah, as Pogo works his way around Luke LaFaro, here comes now the 25, Jordan Smith, trying to work his way around Luke LaFaro. Racing here tonight, as now he'll go side by side with Jeff Pogo. Actually, that inside lane got a good run off turn number 4. Kind of seems like a game of who can get runs and when to take them here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be interesting to see who will work well with each other, almost like a super speedway. But as they work down the backstretch, looks like Jordan Smith looked like he was peeking to that middle as he stays behind the 03, and here comes the 91 of Jones. They work their way through 3 and 4.
Yeah, Jones shot out of a cannon, and he is back to the front here to play with the boys after his early scuffle with Levitt. He's running right there in your 5th position. That 91 Mountain Dew Baja Blast Taco Bell machine trying to come to the front here. Jones wants to lead some laps here tonight. Question is, though, can he put the damaged 91 out front and make it pull the train here around? Because here comes, it looks like we're just going to go 3 wide. Not quite. Jordan Smith thought about taking it 3 wide and then wisely backed out there, but now he's lost all the momentum to the inside lane as Jones is all over the back bumper of that 25.
And they work their way down turn 1, and here comes the number 2 of Jamie Leach sticking his nose into this fight as Jordan Smith slides up the track coming through 1 and 2.
Yeah, Smith's going to go high there. He's going to make it a 4-car train on the outside lane. They're going to try and rip and roar the outside, but that inside lane, I think if they can get together there down on the inside, that is the 03 and the 91, they will be able to try to kind of pull their way back up and scratch and claw as Jeff Pogo now looks like he might get put in the sucker hole because here comes Luke LaFaro to the outside. Pogo actually finds a spot down on the inside lane.
But he opened the door for the 20 of Luke LaFaro as he comes ripping through 1 and 2 with the 25 of Smith passing him. And the 24 of Pogo slides up in front of him as they come down the backstretch.
Yeah, as the 24 of Pogo slid up there coming out of turn number 2, I believe the 25 of Jordan Smith may have slapped the wall just a little bit with the right front of that Toyota. We're going to have to see if that plays any kind of havoc here tonight. But a good run off turn number 4 is the 03 of Davidson. He's going to lead at the line. Dead heat at the line, too close to call. I believe Jeff Pogo credited with that lap. No, Davidson was credited as the leader at the line.
And it looks like Pogo is not going to want to let him have that lead for long as he comes ripping on the outside down the backstretch into 3.
On the outside, the little man comes from Missouri. He's trying to bring him and his pogo stick inside that Ford Mustang to the front here, and he really wants to see this go for a long green flag run. He thinks he has probably one of the better long-run cars here at Las Vegas. They did a lot of testing in the off week here. The Glass City and the Gateway Motorsports crew put in a ton of laps, and it's starting to show here as Jeff Pogo finds himself battling for the lead. And I mean, talk about anybody. We can go all the way back here to about, well, let's just choose the 64 of Mullins. He's battling right behind Cody Levitt. He was side by side with Levitt as I started to talk about it, and then they kind of single filed out. I was going to talk about all the racing action. We can go even a little bit farther back. How about that? The 8 of Eric Holly kind of stuck back here pulling around this 19th, 20th, 21st car train, and they were throwing haymakers at each other. Holly right now pulling this little group of cars right here. It's Holly, Carmen, Casting, Barry, and Millen all back here. Millen, I'm surprised they put a new front nose on that number 40, and he's still actually able to carry some pretty good speed in that East Penn manufacturing machine.
Meanwhile, back up at the front, they were 3 wide as they came down the backstretch, and Jordan Smith came out of there with third position, and now it looks like he's going to push Pogo to the front around the 03 of Davidson.
Yeah, it looks like that 25 cars. They're 3 wide just behind them. The 91 here of Jones was in the middle for the moment. Looks like Henry was pulling the inside, and not quite sure who is ripping that outside lane, as it might have been Sturgill. But they figured it out, and right now Jones is the one that's out in front of them.
They come off of 4. It looks like Jordan Smith wants the lead as they come off of 4, and it looks like he will take that lead at the start-finish line.
3 drivers into the double-digit laps led here from Las Vegas, and they are your top 3. Smith, Davidson, and Pogo lead the way. Here comes Luke LaFaro. Look at that. He's almost into the wall. Somebody into the wall behind your leaders here. I believe that was actually the 31. The 31 of Darren Scandarito. Something has gone awry on that 31 machine off turn number 2. There you see a lot of damage to the Logitech Camaro as we stay under green flag conditions. You saw it. Scandarito got a little tight off turn number 2 and smacked up into the outside wall with the right side of that Camaro.
Yeah, tough break for him. Meanwhile, back here battling inside the top 10, you got the 85 of Chauncey Henry Jr. battling with the 90 of Sturgill. It looks like the 33 of Ira Kohlhaas is battling with the, I believe it was at the 7, I believe, Roger?
The 7 of Michael Broomley just out in front of these guys here. He's got that Frank's Hot Sauce flamed Camaro pointed in the right direction for right now as he's starting to make some ground up, but I believe he has a little left front damage on him, and I believe I just saw Miroslav Mach take a huge slide in that 68. And there's somebody sideways right there. I believe that's Hank Casting. Hank Casting is sideways, and the yellow flag is waving here at Las Vegas. A couple guys having a little bit of a handling issue here. Let's take it back because I believe the caution flag may be here with Hank and the number 80 machine. There you see Miroslav Mach down there on the bottom as he slid off turn number 2. What happened to Hank here in turn number 3? Oh, I think a little net code may have just happened there between the 19 and the 80 machine down in turn number 3, and Hank just goes for a little bit of a slide. I think he has maybe a little bit of damage on that machine, but I'm not sure it's going to be a lot there that might hamper his performance. We'll rewind it just a little bit farther than that here. Let's see if we can get it right there. You're looking at the 19 and the number 80. And it's Skip, Carmen, and Hank here on the outside. There's definitely some net code between those two as they went down there into turn number 3, and the caution flag waves here, but I think both drivers are going to be pretty okay here. Different strategies being deployed now this time, as there you see Jeff Pogo. He is down pit road along with the 25 of Jordan Smith. Actually, it looks like all your leaders, it looked for a moment like Doug Ungari was going to stay out in the 00, but he elected to come down pit road, so all your leaders coming down here and put 4 fresh tires on their cars.
Yeah, after that, what was that, Roger, about 13 laps on the tires? I would want to come down and get tires too.
Yeah, I believe it was right around the 15 marker. Looks like the 38 of Cody Levitt is out of the event here from Las Vegas, so not the night the Las Vegas native wanted, as I believe computer issues continuing to plague the driver of the 38. So Jordan Smith won the battle off pit road once again. He'll keep that Toyota Menards up front. Jeff Pogo still bringing the Ford Performance 24 there in your second. Aaron Davidson is shown third. Luke LaFaro is fourth. Jamie Leach is fifth. Ryan Jones is sixth. David Carmen sitting in the seventh position. Michael Broomley is eighth. Chauncey Henry is sitting there in your ninth position. John Mullins rounding out our top 10. Well, while we're under yellow here, Jarrett, let's see if we can get a word in with driver of the 00. Doug Ungari, you got a copy. It's Roger and Jarrett here at your Turn 3 booth.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, you got us. We see you. Doug, title sponsor here from Las Vegas, but it doesn't look like that 5150 00 is having some pretty good luck here tonight.
Yeah, no sir. That first caution flag, rear end just snapped on me. I had no chance of saving it. And been an uphill battle since then.
Yeah, uphill battle, you say. Tell us how's the track, though, out there from the desert?
The cars are pretty tight. I think that's what guys are struggling with. First couple laps on the run, about the first 10 or so laps, pretty good, but they start to tighten up real good pretty quick.
Well, there you heard it from Doug Ungari. Doug, try not to step on your you-know-what, and we'll get you back down there to your team.
All right, thank you, sir. It'll be a second time tonight. We'll see what happens.
Well, it's an unfortunate night here, possibly for Doug Ungari, as he out there stepping in things that he probably shouldn't. But, well, we're still here under the yellow flag. It looks like a couple guys going to get a wave around there. There goes the 51 of Jonathan Platt and Darren Scandarito, so they're going to get one of their laps back. It looks like Darren Scandarito going to be shown one lap down now. Jonathan Platt is shown 6 laps down.
Really hoping to see if we can get a long green flag run here, see how these cars and these drivers react to this hot track out here in Vegas.
Yeah, track temp is still sitting right there at that 95-degree marker. Hasn't really changed. It's just kind of been hovering right there for about the last 45 laps. So Smith, Pogo, Davidson, LaFaro, Leach, Jones, Carmen, your top 7. Broomley, Henry, Mullins, your top 10. They work through turns 3 and 4 once again here, waiting for that iRacing pace car to make the left-hand turn. Maybe it needs a new engine now here built under this green flag run. I think it might be made out of Legos or something, not quite sure, but it makes the left-hand turn, and yep, there a Lego fell off, or maybe that was a turn signal, but the green flag's waving once again. Jordan Smith getting one heck of a jump here on the rest of your field. He'll go right up in front of Jeff Pogo by about 4, 5, almost 6 car lengths by the time he gets to one, and look at that lead just evaporate with that draft.
Yeah, that inside lane really getting a good run on the restart, but they suck right back up to him, and it looks like he's being challenged on the inside with the 03 of Davidson as they work their way to turn 3.
A little bit of something might have broke on the 95 car there. Henry is going down there into turn number 1 and 2. Something not going right. He is well off the pace and continuing to drop speed. Doesn't actually sound like the 95 of Henry is actually running. Something may have broke on that machine. As let's check back up front, because out front it is still Aaron Davidson, Jamie Leach battling on the outside.
Jamie Leach coming rip-roaring on that outside as he wants to lead as they come down the backstretch, and Davidson goes up in front of him as they head down into turn 3.
Down into turn number 3. They might actually end up 3 wide here by the time they come off turn 4. Jamie Leach going to wiggle a little bit. And it looks like he's going to lose a couple positions. Here comes that 91, Ryan Jones. Can he have it at the line? Ryan Jones going to lead a lap with that Mountain Dew Baja Taco Bell machine, and there are 3 wide right behind him. 3 wide with LaFaro to the inside. Smith is in the middle, and that is Davidson on the outside with the number 03.
It looks like they're going to go back another row and be 3 wide again as they come down into turn 3 with Pogo in the middle of it.
Yeah, Pogo's no longer in the middle up front, but up front, check that out. Jones is in the middle, and LaFaro goes right around the inside. They almost made contact because that was Smith to the outside. There's still 3 wide then behind. That is David Carmen, Jeff Pogo, and Jamie Leach 3 wide.
Great racing action here on this restart. It looks like the 25 of Smith wants the lead back as he goes down the outside of the 20 of Alfaro.
Yeah, I don't think that damage, though, on that number 90 or 91 there of Ryan Jones really hurting him. I believe his team actually got some quarter panel straight, some bare bond on that car, and it is flying. It is pulling the inside, or pushing the inside, if you will, because Luke LaFaro is pulling it.
They're working their way into 1 and 2, and it looks like 25 is trying to side draft LaFaro as they come through the corner, and it looks like they're going to go 3 wide down the backstretch.
Yeah, here comes Jones. He's peeking the nose of that Camaro down to the inside of Luke LaFaro. Not going to have the run, though, by the time they hit turns 3 and 4 here, so he's going to duck back in line and try and push Luke LaFaro around the bottom. Off turn number 4, it looks like the outside's got a good run. Davidson pushing Smith across the line. Smith going to lead another one here. 86 laps still remaining here, not quite to the halfway marker just yet. And what a show these guys are putting on before halfway.
Working their way down the backstretch into turn 3. Jordan Smith still leading, and it looks like the 03 Davis is going to dive down the inside as they come off of 4. He wants the lead coming down to the start-finish line.
Yeah, they're going to be door-to-door here by the time we get to the start-finish line. Who's going to have the advantage? It's still going to be the 25 there, or Jordan Smith. But how about the guys who are sitting right at the back of this little draft pack, the number 7 there, Michael Brumley. He's still got the Frank's Hot Sauce machine tuned up here tonight. And how about Ira Kohlhaas? It's coming to the front with the 33 machine. And, man, right behind them, just hanging on to the tail end here, that is the number 98 of Ron Holyfield. Remember Ron Holyfield? Went for a little bit of a ride off the, I believe that was the 64 of Mullen machine. They got together when Holyfield was out front here tonight. Now he has started to work his way back to the front here.
And another car that was in a little bit of an incident earlier is the 40 of Josiah Millen. He is all the way up to the 12th position. Looks like that damage on the front end isn't hurting him too much.
Yeah, ever since they put the new nose on that Camaro, it doesn't look like a brand new nose. Maybe they pulled it out of a junk pile. We know that's a lower budget team out of the Pennsylvania area. Also part of the PA posse. Sitting right back here in the 12th position. Right behind them is Chase Berry. He's back onto the lead lap. He's side by side with Eric Holly back here, 13th and 14th. There's a bunch of battles, though, at the front because they are still almost 3 wide here. And it's still Jordan Smith, still Davidson, then it's LaFaro and Jones battling for that 3rd spot.
Jordan Smith doing everything he can to keep that 25 out front, diving down to the apron, coming down to the start-finish line, whatever he has to do. As they come off of turn 4, it looks like the 03 is going to try and pass him. No, he's going to stay behind him.
Yeah, they used the 81 down there of Dan Dill as a little bit of a pick. Nobody able to jump to the inside on Jordan Smith or Aaron Davidson. Luke LaFaro thought about it, wasn't able to, but they're going to go side by side. I believe the 33 of Kohlhaas is sideways back there, but it looks like he gathers it up. We might stay green flag racing here as Kohlhaas down off the pace. This is trying to gather the bearings there inside the 33 car. He was battling back here with number 7 of Michael Brumley and the 98 there of Ron Holyfield as something just went array there. They were right at the back of that field. Now Josiah Millen has inserted himself into this battle here for that 9th, 10th, and 11th position.
Great driving by Ira Kohlhaas to keep it off the wall, and great driving by everybody to not hit him. As they dive down to turn 3, Jordan Smith still leading Davidson and LaFaro and Pogo.
That's the guys at the front here tonight. It's Smith, Davidson, LaFaro, Pogo, Jones, Leach, Carmen, Mullins, Holyfield, and Millen. Those are your top 10 drivers right now. Michael Brumley might have some damage on that number 7 Frank's Hot Sauce machine because he's starting to now drop through the field. Maybe he was involved there with the 33 of Ira Kohlhaas. Kohlhaas is down pit road now. It looks like got a little more damage to the 33 than he wants.
Back here for the 11th position, you got the 21 of Chase Berry and the 22 of Hagedorn battling side by side as they come to the line. It looks like the 21, or Hagedorn will take the 11th spot.
Yeah, Jared Hagedorn just doing what he needs to do out here, the Nebraska kid. Right now shown in the 11th position, and I think he's got a pretty clean number 22 Ford Mustang, and he's really starting to flex his muscle here on this longer run.
Yeah, a lot of people's cars starting to come to him on this long green flag run. It looks like he's starting to reel in the 40 and the 98 of Holyfield and Millen.
That looks like there comes the 33. Ira Kohlhaas is coming back out onto the track after being down pit road for about a minute and 30 seconds to get repairs done to that ZL1 Camaro. He'll return to the racing surface, but let's check back out front. It hasn't really changed any. It's still Smith, Davidson, and LaFaro. Pogo, then Jones, then Leach, then David Carmen. Those are your top 7 drivers. Still sitting in the 8th position is John Mullins and Ron Holyfield and Josiah Millen. We already talked about Jared Hagedorn starting to flex his muscle here on the long run. Well, 19 laps on those tires for the number 22 of Jared Hagedorn. Seems to have found something he likes out there on the track.
Yeah, the car's definitely coming to him as we got the 29 of Jason Young working on the 9 of Steve Holmes. They come off of turn 4.
A lot of damage, though, on that 29 of Jason Young. You wonder how much grip and downforce the rear end there. You see the spoiler all sorts of wavy for the 29 of Young as he's sitting in the 7th position. Look at that number 7, Michael Brumley. Ever since he made contact with Ira Kohlhaas, remember, they were battling inside the top 10. Now he's fighting to stay inside the top 15 as he holds the 15th position as the 9 here of Stephen Holmes looks to the inside. And I think Stephen Holmes, by the time they make it down to turn 1, may have that position. A little cloud cover coming over the Las Vegas Speedway here as they work down the front stretch.
Yeah, definitely some miss on that number 7 car as the 9 of Holmes works his way under him, and he will pass him as they come through 1 and 2. It looks like he will set his sights on the 8 of Eric Holly.
Eric Holly just having a pretty, I would say, not really a good day, but it's not really a bad day for the driver of the number 8 here of Holly. It's definitely so far here at the halfway point better than what it was last week at Daytona. Remember last week at Daytona, Holly was just riding around at the back of that first pack when an unfortunate incident kind of occurred when the driver lost the internet connection with the iRacing server, and then all of a sudden after about a lap the driver reappeared back on track. Things like that do happen here. It is an internet-based simulator platform here with iRacing, as now here comes that 21 of Chase Berry back to the inside. But Holly, unfortunately, taking a DNF from Daytona after having very strong speed weeks with that number 8 machine. Trying to rebound here tonight, and he's just having a so-so day.
Yeah, definitely not the best day last week for the 9 of, or sorry, for the 8 of Holly. And it looks like the 22 has reeled in the 40 of Josiah Millen as they work their way through 3 and 4. He's going to try and get under him coming out of 4.
Yeah, Millen up the track just a little bit, running that higher lane. Looks like Jared Hagedorn running the bottom lane. Millen knows that his car may be just a little bit slower than the 22. The 22 of Hagedorn going to throw it down to the bottom here. Going to try and bring Sturgill along with him. As Millen up the track, almost into the turn 2 wall there. He's going to hug the wall down the backstretch, just keeps the car out of it. And Jared Hagedorn, though, going to kind of still give chase down here into turn number 3 and 4.
Yeah, a bit of a moment for the 40 coming off the 2. I think the 22 had to back out of it a little bit. It looks like he caught right back up to him, and it looks like he's going to try and make the move as they go down into 1.
Yeah, this is the battle for just to stay right inside the top 10. The 40 of Millen and that orange 40 has it, but the 22, the red and black Cornhusker. Oh, Millen into the outside wall coming off turn number 2. He bounces it off the wall. He may have done a little bit of a Days of Thunder there, bouncing off the wall. Keep your foot in the throttle and sender. Now we're just about 3 wide because Michael Sturgill thinks he's faster and is going to try and shoot the gap here on the front stretch.
He falls in line behind Millen. Not one to go 3 wide. Looks like he's going to maybe go 3 wide going through 1 and 2. No, he falls in behind the 22, making the pass on Millen coming off 2.
Hagedorn down to the bottom. He's got a little bit of a drafting help down there by Sturgill. Now Sturgill going to go high. Dan Dill down there off the pace a little bit. I think the motor expired on the 81 of Dan Dill as he rolls through turns 3 and 4. This battle is still brewing right here. It is forming up to be one heck of a battle as Hagedorn still to the inside on Millen. Millen can keep the momentum through the corner, but I just don't think that 40 car has the straightaway speed.
No, definitely losing a little speed with that front end damage, and it looks like the 90 will pass the 22 as they come down the backstretch into 3.
Yeah, Sturgill making the pass on the outside on the 22 of Hagedorn. Hagedorn now going to move up. He saw that Sturgill was able to make the pass on him. Now he's going to go up there and see if he can do the same thing. Now Sturgill going to work on to the number 40 here of Millen down here into turn number 1. And then here comes Big Money Holly back here to the inside on the 22 of Jared Hagedorn. There, Sturgill actually went down there and he made the pass on the number 40. So Sturgill going to take the 10th position from Millen for the time being. Now here comes Holly still working to that inside lane. Millen trying to get down to the bottom in the number 40. I just don't think that car with the damage is able to run the bottom groove.
Yeah, it just definitely doesn't have the handle that he is looking for in that car. He's got a mirror full of the 8 of Holly as they're coming down in turn 1.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, don't worry about your leaders. It's still Smith, Davidson, and LaFaro. Those top 3 guys, they have pulled out to about a second lead right now over Jeff Pogo and Jamie Leach. Nothing has changed in the top 5 as we still watch this battle here right at the top 10. Millen made a run back at the number 90 of Sturgill, and now he's going to rip the outside.
As they come off the turn 4 down to the start-finish line, Millen holding strong in an outside line with that damaged car. And it looks like Sturgill will almost clear him as they come down into 1.
Yeah, this is your first battle on track. Everybody else out in front inside your top 10 is single filed out. Sturgill going to take the inside. He's going to have the momentum. He's going to slide up going down the backstretch in front of the number 40 of Millen. Here comes Big Money Holly. He's cleared the 22 of Jared Hagedorn. Now he's going to go after the 40 of Millen. Millen up the track a little bit in 3 and 4.
So they come off 4. Oh, him and Holly connect, and Holly goes sliding through the grass at the tri-oval.
Holly going to take the scenic route. You see that Mustang bouncing up and down. He loses a bunch of positions, but he's able to keep it going, and I don't think there's any more damage on the 8th than, that wasn't there. Just close racing off turn number 4. Maybe that arrow push kind of getting Millen and the number 8 there together. Millen going to carry on. He's shown in your 11th position. He's still attacking the back bumper of the number 90 of Sturgill.
Yeah, Millen really giving that car a good run. He does not want to let that top 10 spot go easily. And it looks like you got the 33 of Ira Kohlhaas. I believe he's a lap down. That is not for position.
Yeah, Kohlhaas 3 laps down after making contact with the number 7 of Michael Broomley. Broomley, though, is running back in the 15th spot. Ira Kohlhaas, who came down to pit road, is running 3 laps down in the 27th position. But he's got about 14, 15 lap fresher tires than all these guys back here that are battling right outside the top 10.
Looks like the 79 of Felton is trying to get past the 22 of Hagedorn as they come through the tri-oval. It looks like he's going to nose in front of him as they come down to turn 1.
Yeah, the first time we're talking about Jay Felton here tonight, starting to work his way on this long run. As Millen's into the outside wall and around tags the number 9 of Stephen Holmes. And yellow flag going to wave here from Las Vegas. Eric Holly nowhere to go. Double down. The front nose on the number 8 is now off. Boy, oh boy, here on lap 99. Millen tagging the wall coming out of turn number 2 after having a top 10 run. Let's throw her back and check it out. See if we can find it. See if we can catch this one live. Millen just gets tight, drifts high there. He sees into the outside wall. And then it looks like he just bounced off the wall there, and around he went. You see 2 cars spinning down the backstretch. Holmes goes high. Eric Holly nowhere to go. He was hard on the brakes, but nowhere to go for Eric Holly. As you see, he comes to a rest with his teammate, the number 9 there of Stephen Holmes, all mangled up. Let's throw it back. Let's see if we can go with the gyro cam from Holly's car. Eric Holly not saving big money for at Menards. Throw it back one more time here. Let's see if we can go on board with Eric Holly. You see it all unfold out in front of him. Holly off the gas. He's on the brakes. The car sideways completely locks him up with the number 8. Unfortunately, nowhere to go for Eric Holly. That was the onboard camera brought to you by Menards, trying to save big money. And Eric Holly involved in this one.
Tough break for all those guys involved, having a nice top 10 run. Meanwhile, the leaders are down pit road.
Yeah, leaders down pit road as we're trying to get our camera angle to work with us. It looks like the 25 of Jordan Smith will lead us off pit road here. Jordan Smith leads them off pit road. It looks like the 03 and Davidson gonna follow him. And then it's Luke LaFar. I'm looking at things and it's not making sense, and then I'm trying to look at it again and it makes me hurt. My head hurt here, Jarrett.
Yeah, sometimes that's not hard to do for you, Roger.
Well, let's see if we can get a word in with one of the drivers that were out there that was just wrapped up in that event. Josiah Millen, you got a copy. It's Jarrett and Roger here in your Turn 3 booth.
Yeah, I got a copy.
Well, Josiah, tell us what happened there as you were battling inside the top 10 when all that unfolded there off Turn 2.
I just got tight coming out of the corner. I feel bad for everyone involved in that. That's definitely not what I'm about. So, I mean, I just got tight, clipped the wall, and it shot my car to the inside and started that big mess.
Yeah, you came into tonight running third in the points after a second in the points after a third place finish at Daytona. The 40 looked pretty racy. Did it still have speed after that early incident?
I thought it had speed, and then the pack of cars behind me ran me down, and then, I don't know, it just all unfolded from there.
All unfolded, so it looks like the front end's off that deck of batteries machine once again here. Is there any chance for the number 40 to get back out on track and salvage the rest of this race?
Yeah, I'm pulling out right now.
Well, it's a good thing to hear that you're pulling out, so, well, we're going to let you get back out there on track here. Try and not tear any more fenders off that car here tonight.
I sure hope I don't.
Well, there you heard it from Josiah Millen. Just got a little tight there, tried to lock her down, and unfortunately a couple other guys getting wrapped up into that wreck there with Josiah Millen. Millen shown right now, though, 2 laps down. He's still out there circling, Jarrett, so that's a good thing. Still going to be gathering up some points here tonight.
Yeah, when we get down to the end of the season, every point is going to matter, and he's going to be glad he went back out and still gave it a go.
So it looks like, here it comes. Jason Young, I was reading the timing and scoring, was still out there in the lead, but it looks like Young going to come down pit road. He's going to actually give up the lead back over to Jordan Smith as Ira Kohlhaas is out there. It looks like Kohlhaas is now going to get that wave around, so he'll go tag the rear of the field. Kohlhaas is shown right now just 2 laps down. Actually, he'll be battling with Josiah Millen and Bradley Allison for the 24th, 25th, and 26th position. Darren Scandarito is the final car, or the first car 1 lap down. He's battling with Eric Holly for the Lucky Dog. Jordan Smith, Aaron Davidson, Luke LaFaro, Jeff Pogo, John Mullins, Ron Holyfield, Ryan Jones, David Carmen, Jamie Leach, and Jay Felton, your top 10 drivers. Then it's Chase Berry, Michael Sturgill, Miroslav Mock, Michael Broomley, Hank Casting, Donald Bennett, Skip Carmen, Jason Harrison, Jared Hagedorn, and Jason Young, your top 20 drivers here. Lap 103 going to be shown the green flag as Jordan Smith trying to pace the field in his Toyota. It's definitely a better looking car than that iRacing Mustang out there pacing the field right now. But don't worry, I have a feeling something's going to fall off and he's going to have to come down pit road in just about 5 seconds. A little bit of cloud cover here to take us back to the green flag. There's the iRacing Mustang down pit road. Got to go get fixed once again. Oh, waiting on the green flag, and now the green flag is actually being displayed, even though our ticker said a little bit earlier than that. But a good start here actually by the 03 here of Aaron Davidson. He's going to be able to challenge here for the lead down in turn number 1.
Yeah, the outside finally getting a half-decent start, but it looks like that inside line is getting rolling a little bit faster. As they come off of turn 2, he's going to be passed by the 20 of LaFaro. LaFaro looking for the lead as they come into turn 3.
Luke LaFaro thought he had an opening to the outside lane where the number 25 of Smith went, but LaFaro was not cleared up in front of the 03 by his spotter, so LaFaro back down to the bottom. Off turn number 4, that might not have been a bad move by the 20 because he'll lead here on lap 104.
Working down back into turn 1, it looks like the 25 of Smith has come rip-roaring on the outside, getting that lead back as they come off of turn 2.
John Mullins back inside your top 5 in that 64 machine after his early contact. He is shown right now in the 4th spot side by side with Jeff Pogo right behind him. Another one who had early race issues going to be that 91 there of Ryan Jones. That caution flag bunched them all back up here, and Look at all the Bees attack here on this restart.
And it looks like the 91 is going to try and get to the inside of the 64 of Mullins as they come through 1 and 2. And it looks like he's going to try and get the 24 of Pogo as they come down the backstretch.
Yeah, Jones going to make the move there. He's going to get the 64 of Mullins. The question is, though, is he going to be able to get either the 24 or the number 2 as they work down here into 3 and 4 again. Still Jordan Smith is out front here, but Luke LaFaro with a big wiggle off turn number 4. Thought for a moment he was either trying to go to the inside of the 25 or just trying to catch that DC Solar number 20.
It looks like the number 20 is going to go for the lead again as they come through 1 and 2. See if he'll be able to clear him coming down the backstretch. No, they are door to door as they come down towards turn 3.
Yeah, look at all that racing there, and right behind them, they were 3 wide with that 64 of Mullins. It looks like Chase Berry was also right there, along with, is that Michael Broomley. Broomley back, looks like he has speed in that number 7 once again.
Broomley definitely finding some speed back in that number 7. Meanwhile, you got the 03 pushing the 25 of Smith around the outside of this track, and it looks like Smith is going to keep in the lead as they come down the backstretch.
Down the backstretch, it is still going to be the 25 of Smith, then it's going to be 03 of Aaron Davidson, and then it's that 20 of Luke LaFaro being pushed by the 91 of Jones. Off turn number 4, it looks like the 20 of LaFaro going to go up the track just a little bit. Jones going to go down to make it 3 wide at the line. Jones way down there right around the white line. Luke LaFaro stuck in the middle.
And it looks like they're almost 3 wide as they come into turn 1. And LaFaro sliding up in front of Pogo as they come off of turn 2.
Yeah, LaFaro finding a little bit of a hole right there, and he inserts himself. But Davidson leading the way on the inside lane. That outside lane, though, is look at Jordan Smith. He's trying to side draft that 03 machine coming off turn number 4 at the line. It's going to be a dead heat side by side. Give it to the 03. Davidson leading at the line as it looks like your leaders are kind of coming up here on a little bit slower car. That is the 8 of Eric Hawley. Look with his modified look out here. As it looks like Stephen Holmes, also no hood, coming back out onto the racing surface. Look at him 3 wide behind your leaders. That looks like that is Ron Holyfield, and now here comes the 80 machine of Hank Cass, and he's going to make it 3 wide. That is Mullins in the middle, and that is the number. Doesn't match up. It says the 7 on his car, but it's Chase Berry in the number 20. Berry's into the outside wall. Somebody going around. Looks like Jay Felton was sideways for a moment. He gathered it up, but I think right out in front of him, a couple guys having a little bit of issue gathering it up, but I think we're going to gather them all up here and stay green flag racing.
Wow, I can't believe they're staying green after that.
John
79.
Mullins was sideways, Jarrett, and so was Jay Felton. Both drivers were completely sideways in their machines.
Felton smacked that wall hard coming into 1. Tough break for those guys.
Let's check back out front, though, as we're still continuing to pace the field in green flag conditions. Look at Jordan Smith. Something is going awry there on the 25. Smith from the lead all the way outside the top 10 now. He's sitting right behind that number 21, 7, 21. It's Chase Berry.
The man on the move right now is that 98 of Ron Holyfield. He is working his way through this pack at a rapid pace as he's working on the 30 of David Carmen as they come down in turn 1.
Yeah, Ron Holyfield, like that little gnat that doesn't go away. He is back up inside the top 10 looking for more as down the backstretch he peeks out for the time being. Thought about going to the inside. How about the run that the guy right in front of Ron Holyfield is having? The number 3 here of David Carmen usually does good at super speedways, and this is kind of like a mini-sized super speedway, kind of jam-packed into a 1.5 little mile here, and he is having one heck of a showing, running right there in the 6th spot, right behind Ryan Jones.
Back up at the front, you got the 2 of Leach sliding up into the 2nd position, and he wants this lead coming down into turn 3.
Looking through the timing and scoring, Leach has not led a lap here from Las Vegas tonight. Could lap 113 be the lucky ticket for the number 2 here? Jamie Leach has a car ahead here on the 03. At the line, Jamie Leach going to get credited with a lap led here on 113.
And Jamie Leach all by himself on that inside line. It looks like the 03 of Davidson is going to try and get around him, the momentum on the outside as they go down the backstretch towards turn 3.
Yeah, that 03 machine is all jacked up on Red Bull with Chevy Performance parts here tonight. He's led a total of 20 laps. He's been out front. At the line, he'll lead another one, so he'll get 21 laps credited here tonight. Jamie Leach going to fall back into that second spot. Luke LaFaro right there. He's in a battle with Jeff Pogo because here comes the Pogo machine to the inside, trying to take away the third spot. He's still side by side down the backstretch, though. He tucks back in behind LaFaro.
And it looks like the 91 Mountain Dew machine is trying to get past the 24 of Pogo as they come down to the start-finish line.
At the start-finish line, they go around the number 8 there of Eric Holly once again. Holly's shown now 3 laps down with that modified. Sometimes when you bring a modified out here to race a cup car, it doesn't work out.
No, that usually doesn't work too well against these cup cars there, Roger. It looks like the 25 of Smith has pretty good front-end damage on that right front fender. I wonder if that's hindering him a little bit here.
Yeah, but he's back there in 10th, but Jamie Leach back up here trying to go back for the lead here on Davidson at the line. Dead heat, Jamie Leach leads another one down into turn number 1. They go still side by side. Luke LaFaro trying to reel back in the leaders here. He's going to be right there off turn number 2, right to the back bumper of the 03 at Davidson.
And Davidson with a crossover move coming out of 2, and it looks like he's going to be the inside of Leach as they come through 3 and 4. And it looks like he's sliding up a little bit. Won't be able to hold on to it coming out of 4.
Yeah, both drivers slide through turns 3 and 4 there. It looks like Davidson going to be the bigger loser of the two. Leach stayed in the throttle, went around the outside, and stays P number 1 for the time being. Aaron Davidson, though, that time going down into turn 3 as he was the odd man out to the way outside as Luke LaFaro was in the middle and Jeff Pogo on the bottom. Shown right now in your 4th spot is Davidson, but he's going to try and throttle back to the bumper here on Jeff Pogo and push him around the number 20 of Luke LaFaro.
Coming off of turn 4, Pogo's still working on it inside on the 20 of LaFaro. And he won't be able to get him as they come to the start-finish line. The 03 way down there in the apron.
That's not the only battle out here on track as the 21 of Chase Berry is still side by side with Jared Hagedorn. It seems like those two drivers have been nose to tail or side by side all night long, and they are continuing to battle for the 12th and 13th position. For the time being, Jared Hagedorn is going to take the spot as they come out of turn number 2.
The 98 of Holyfield working on the 7 of Brumley as they come through down to turn 1. Looked like he was trying to lurk to the inside and just slid right behind him as they come in down to the corner.
And that's the Mobile One sponsored number 9 down there to the inside, missing his hood after he made contact with number 40 of Millen. Right now, Holmes has shown 11 laps down, just kind of out there trying to salvage what he can, missing a hood on that machine.
For the 3rd position, looks like Pogo was looking to the outside of LaFaro as they come down to turn 1. It looks like he's going to peek his nose to the inside. Can't make anything happen come through 1 and 2.
Out front here, trying to get away from the rest of the field is the number 2 of Jamie Leach. As you see him go to the high side down here in 3 and 4. Is that where these guys want to be here on the longer run? As Jamie Leach now going to come off turn number 4. He'll cross the line here. He'll lead another lap. That's 121 laps in the books. 39 laps to go here from Las Vegas. We've had 35 lead changes here tonight. What? You normally see that when we go to maybe Talladega, Daytona. You normally don't see that on a mile-and-a-half track.
Absolutely not. Just goes to show you that any one of these guys could win a race, run up front any given weekend.
Are you saying Jamie Leach doesn't belong up front?
No, I'm not saying that at all. Obviously he belongs up front because he's running up front.
Oh, I mean, I didn't know. I mean,
don't be putting words into my mouth, Roger.
I ain't putting anything in your mouth, but I can tell you what I'm going to put somewhere. Nope, not even going to go there. Out front, still going to be the number 2 here, Jamie Leach, as he's still got about a car length as he goes right back to the outside here, turn number 3. Luke LaFaro going to rip the bottom lane. Just can't put the momentum down. Jamie Leach carries so much momentum off the top side. He'll lead once again here at the stripe. Give Jamie Leach now 9 laps led. He is the 4th highest lap count leader here tonight. back out on track, though, back here in the 19th position. A couple guys out here. Doug Ungari battling back here with Jason Harrison and Miroslav Mach. This is the 18th, 19th, and 20th position on track. Look at that 44. Jason has the whole front end ripped off that car of that 44. He is still out here battling. I don't know how he's doing as well as he is right now with that beat-up car. He's still on the lead lap, and he is still running actually about 3/10 of a second actually slower than your leaders with that aerodynamically challenged 44.
Yeah, that's definitely a wonder how he's still that fast in that car.
John Mullins out here still roaring around the track, but he's been kind of in bad luck situations here all night long. Right now finds himself in the 14th spot because I believe the 25 of Jordan Smith is down pit road here. Could be a scheduled stop here with 35 to go. Jordan Smith might be able to make it the rest of the way.
Definitely trying to play this strategy card after falling back a few laps ago. Going to try and work his way back up to the front. And the 20 of LaFaro does not want to let that 2 of Leach go. And here comes the 24 of Pogo as they come into turn 1.
Yeah, 3-car breakaway down into turn number 1 and 2 off turn 2. It's still going to be the 2 of Jamie Leach, the 20 of Luke LaFaro. Can he go back to back is the question that's being thrown around right now down pit road up in the spotter stand. Can he win 2 races in a row after going 2 seasons with a drought of not parking the number 20 in victory lane? Sitting there right behind him, though, just a couple car lengths back, going to be the 24 of Jeff Pogo. He wants to have a good show here from Las Vegas. And, well, with 33 laps to go, finds himself in a good spot, but we're going to have to make one more pit stop here tonight. We already seen Jordan Smith came down. He made his final pit stop. Chase Berry also down pit road. He has now made his final pit stop here tonight.
Yeah, definitely going to see some strategy play out yet today with the green flag pit stops coming.
Let's take a quick run. You just heard from about your top 3. Aaron Davidson had a good car here. He's led 22 laps tonight with the UE3 machine. He sits right there in your 4th spot. Ryan Jones, after getting tangled up, he sits there 5th. Ron Holyfield also charging back through the field. He runs right now in your 6th position. David Carmen is running 7th, just having a solid top 10 drive so far here tonight, doing exactly what he needs. Hank Caston right here in the 80. We saw him go around not too long ago. He's back inside the top 10, running in your 8th spot. Michael Brumley sitting there with that Frank's Hot Sauce number 7. Flames on the hood. Flames under the driver's seat here tonight. Wants to have one heck of a showing. He's put in a lot of time in the paint booth lately for himself, but right now is putting time in behind the driver's seat, and he's shown right now in your 9th spot. Jared Hagedorn having a solid top 10, sitting there right now, doesn't have any pressure from behind, no pressure out front. You can hear his crew chief right now, Cole Dave, whispering in his ear, we just need consistent laps here. We're going to be pitting in a couple. It'll be the final time down pit road for Hagedorn when he makes it. Right now running in the 10th position.
Got the 64 of Mullins, the 9 of Sturgill battling here for the 11th position. Sturgill's going to slide up in front of him as they come off turn 2.
Still battling throughout the track. It doesn't matter where they are. Every position matters. And right now, the 90 of Sturgill takes the position away from Mullins, and he's going to look to try and drive away and set sail. It looks like a couple of guys behind him coming down pit road here. Donald Bennett coming down pit road, and he's going to bring the 19 Skip Carmen down. And I believe the 44 Jason Harrison also coming along with them. So a couple of your top 15 drivers making their final pit stops here tonight.
Question is, when are the leaders going to come down pit road for their final pit stops?
Now, your leaders had quite a bit of a gap here on a little bit of the rest of the field here. As you see the 29 there of Jason Young coming back out onto the track. He's made his final pit stop. Right now he's running 2 laps down, shown in your 20th position. But Jamie Leach, Luke LaFaro, Jeff Pogo have been setting a blistering pace here. They've been running away from the entire field as now more drivers down pit road. Jared Hagedorn, Michael Brumley down pit road. Hank Casting down pit road. Ryan Jones down pit road. So more drivers coming down here, but your leaders with the pace they set, they might be in this for the long haul. They're going to run it all the way till E here. Come down, they're going to have the fresher tires in the later stages of this race.
Yeah, that's definitely not a bad strategy. Fresher tires on this hot, slick Las Vegas track is definitely one you're going to want.
As there you see in the background, you see that black car. That is number 29 of Jason Young. He just came out. He does have the 4 fresh tires. You're going to see him probably chew through your leaders pretty quick. He does, remember, have that damage. Look at him as Luke LaFaro slid up the track. Jason Young had to make a split, quick decision there to decide where he wanted to go. He dove over to the inside, down in turn 3. He'll make the pass. And now here comes Jamie Leach. You can tell Leach is coming to the pit road right now this time by. And Luke LaFaro is going to race him to pit road. Jeff Pogo coming along. 4 of your leaders, because here comes Davidson. He's going to come down pit road. All 4 of your leaders down pit road here with 26 laps to go.
That'll turn your lead over to the 98 of Ron Holyfield. Going to get a lap lead in here.
Yeah, not the first time Ron Holyfield's put that 98 Smith & Wesson Chevy out front. Remember, he was out front and then ended up getting a little bit sideways, a little bit of a help, and I believe now he's coming down pit road. He is pretty slow coming through turns 3 and 4. I think on these old tires, he doesn't want to make a mistake, doesn't want to lose too much time, so he's coming down pretty cautiously. Then it's going to turn the lead over, coming through turns 3 right now. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be the 64 of John Mullins. Then it's Michael Sturgill. Both those drivers going to take over the first and second position. Miroslav Mach also has yet to pit here tonight, along with Doug Ungari. He's still out there circling the track somewhere, I believe. Coming out of turn number 4, a little bit slower, because there you see Jason Young with those 4 fresh tires. Just shows you how fast 4 fresh tires are here at Las Vegas.
Yeah, the leaders definitely should be coming, ripping through the field with those 4 fresh tires, working their way back up to the front in no time.
John Mullins, though, still going to stay out here. Going to see 23 laps to go here from Las Vegas. John Mullins, Michael Sturgill, Miroslav Mach, and then the 00 of Doug Ungari still out there. Your top 4 drivers have yet to come down pit road. Right now, though, Mullins has about a 29-second lead, 26-second lead actually now, because your leaders cut about 3 seconds off of Mullins' last lap there. So your leaders, that just shows you how fast they are. Well, we don't want to say leaders. We want to say, I guess, suspected leaders here after the green flag cycle pit stops.
Yeah, the 2 of Leach's really put a gap on the 20 after those pit stops. So it looks like the 20 is starting to reel them back in as they work their way through 3 and 4.
Yeah, this package, it's really hard to drive away from somebody on 4 fresh tires. They did pull a little bit of a gap on the number 24, Jeff Pogo, so that gives your kind of your 5th and 6th place runner a little bit of a gap, so a little bit of breathing room. But I think even Jeff Pogo and the 03 of Aaron Davidson are actually starting to pull back the 2 and the 20.
Yeah, this battle is not over yet, as they're starting to get grouped back together as they work their way through 3 and 4 to try to get back up to the front.
Yeah, I'm looking at corner speeds here between John Mullins, who's been out there for a long run, as you get the side-by-side battle back here for that 5th position, as here comes LaFaro. You're looking at about a corner speed difference of about 10 miles an hour between those old tires to the new tires. Just look at them go 3 wide as they work around Eric Holly there, the lap down car, a little bit slower with the front nose damage. Now Doug Ungari, as he has not made his pit stop yet, but his car a little bit slower down on power with that 5150 00 machine as they worked around him. Let him move Leach now to 4th. Pogo is shown in your 5th position, and Davidson sitting there 6th. LaFaro is 7th. It could come down to those 4 drivers here as we get the 20 to go marker.
Yeah, it looked like Pogo was looking to the outside of Leach, and then when he went to the outside, the 03 of Davidson came to the inside. Now Davidson looking for the lead as they come off of turn 4.
Well, not quite the lead yet. It's the lead of this pack, because don't forget, John Mullins still out there. He is running that 64 machine till it's going to be dry, till they pull him down pit road is what he's doing right now. Michael Sturgill still out here, so is Miroslav Mach. Actually, here comes, I thought Mach was coming down pit road, but Mach is going to stay out there. He's going to still continue to circle. So 3 drivers still playing the long run game here. And right now they are looking for a caution. We see a smoker coming down the backstretch. Somebody may have blown the motor. That looks like Doug Ungari's motor has let go in the 00. Remember, he was just sitting a couple laps ago. Doug Ungari was sitting right inside your top 5. Now Ungari blown up, smoking down there on the bottom of the track.
Tough break for the 00 of Ungari. Meanwhile, this battle for 4th is still really heating up as they're 2 by 2 with Leach and Davidson side by side as they come off the 4.
Yeah, these guys are now coming to complete the 7th lap that they've been out there on these tires. Remember, they were able to battle like this for probably about 15, 16 laps. Well, that's what we got exactly left. 17 more laps here from Las Vegas in the Hooters Casino Hotel. 250 presented by Doug Ungari here tonight. And Mullins and Sturgill still out front here, leading, pacing the field by about 17 seconds now. Miroslav Mach sitting 3rd, but the battle right here, these 4 drivers have made their final pit stops tonight, and they are hoping we go green flag the rest of the way. John Mullins and Sturgill and Mach all are right now saying there is debris in turn number 1. They are screaming to their spotters to tell NASCAR, debris, 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 but we are going to stay green flag racing.
Might see a water bottle fly out of the car at some point. Never know, Roger.
You never know what you see, and you just saw a crossover move there. Davidson thought he could throw the crossover, and Leach actually slammed the door coming out of turn number 4. That was a close call there between Jamie Leach and Aaron Davidson. It looks like Miroslav Mach has pulled down to pit road there in that unsponsored 68 machine, so he is now making his final pit stop. He's going to fall through the timing and scoring a little bit. John Mullins still out there. He's going to get 14 laps to go here from Las Vegas, and your top 2 drivers have yet to pit, and now Michael Sturgill says that's far enough for me in the number 90 here. He's going to come down pit road. He will now be taking his final pit stop as the number 90 hits pit road.
As these 4 drivers are still back here battling for 4th, jockeying for position. Looks like Pogo is going to try the outside as they come off of turn 2.
Pogo thought about going to the outside there on the 03 at Davidson. Unfortunately, there just was not enough room for him to put that 24 Ford Mustang. So now they're going to go single file for these 4 positions. Jamie Leach leads the way over Aaron Davidson, Jeff Pogo, then Luke LaFaro. That's 2nd through 4th, well, 2nd through 5th, because Mullins still out here circling in the 64 Chevy.
Looks like the 7 of Broomley is being under fire by the 80 of Caston as they work their way through 1 and 2. Caston trying the outside as they come down the backstretch.
That is a battle just right inside the top 10. They are battling for the 8th and the 9th position. Caston to the outside. Broomley got to the bottom. Right now, though, Hank Caston going to take the outside and try and set sail. Still looking at that 64 of John Mullins. He may have something up his sleeve. I don't think I've seen anybody go this far on a tank of fuel. I think he's been out there for right around 49 laps so far, and he's still out there going.
Yeah, you gotta wonder how much longer he can go. He's gotta be coming down pit road in the next lap or 2.
Wonder if Harry Hogg is the crew chief on that car.
Could be. Gave a fuel line, holds an extra gallon of gas.
Yeah, extra gallon of gas is all it might take here tonight. As he comes across the line, he'll see the 10 laps to go here from Las Vegas out in the desert. Can that 64 out fuel strategy the rest of the field? Because your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place drivers, they are actually sitting right now 10 seconds behind John Mullins.
Mullins is coming down pit road.
John Mullins going to call it quits here. He has pushed it far enough. Harry Hogg has now called that 64 of Mullins down pit road, so he'll turn over the lead as your leaders are now coming off turn number 4. 9 laps to go, and Jamie Leach has that Great Lakes Brewing number 2 out in front here by about a half second. over Aaron Davidson, Jeff Pogo, and Luke LaFaro. And they are running all different lines as they work upon number 33 here of Ira Kohlhaas lap down car. Jamie Leach is actually running up, probably I'm going to say, we're going to call that about the pretty much the high line. You see where the black meets the light gray track. Jamie Leach is up there ripping that high line. Aaron Davidson, Jeff Pogo, Luke LaFaro, they are all down there right around the white line, but here comes Jeff Pogo. He says with 8 laps to go, I got to try and do something here. He's going to look to the outside in turn 1 and 2. Not going to be able to do anything off turn number 2. He'll go right back to the back bumper of the 03 of Davidson.
And as they work their way down to turn 3, it looks like the 20 of LaFaro is going to look to the inside of the 24 of Pogo. But Pogo looks to the outside of Davidson coming off 4.
Yeah, Jamie Leach looks in the mirror out of turn 4 and sees those 3 drivers side by side, and he is saying, boys, race it out. Let's go green flag the rest of the way. He is praying. He's got the lucky penny taped to the dash. 7 laps to go here from Las Vegas, and now Jeff Pogo takes over the second position. Then it's Luke LaFaro in third, Aaron Davidson in fourth. Ryan Jones, though, having a good day after being wrapped up in a little bit of an incident. He is sitting there in 5th place.
Pogo set and sail to try and catch the number 2 of Leach. Really haven't seen the leader pull this much of a gap on the other cars behind him all race round.
Yeah, Jamie Leach has now opened it up to just about a second lead over Jeff Pogo, and with 6 laps to go, that lead, if we stay green flag racing, it might just be too much for little Jeff Pogo to pull that Ford Mustang back to the back bumper of that Camaro.
As Pogo working his way around the 33 of Kohlhaas, and he's starting to break away from the 20 of LaFaro and the 03 of Davidson as he's trying to run down Leach.
5 laps to go for Jamie Leach. Can he hang on here from Las Vegas in the Hooters 250? We're about to find out. Jeff Pogo still sitting there and maybe just closed about a 10th last lap, but 1/10 a lap, not going to be able to catch Jamie Leach unless Jamie kind of steps over the line in this number 2. Off turn number 4, he's going to see 4 fingers in the air. 4 more laps to go here from Las Vegas. 4 more times around this 1.5-mile track, then Jamie Leach might be able to notch his name into this record book here for the USRA first Cup season.
Yeah, your top 4 are really starting to spread out now. As Pogo's still trying to run down Leach with only coming to 3 laps to go.
Luke LaFaro sitting about a half second back from the Jeff Pogo machine, and then it's about another half second back till you can find the 03 there of Aaron Davidson. Everybody spread out through your top 4 drivers.
Oh, caution.
Caution flag is waving. The 7 of Michael Broomley is going around here with only 3 laps to go. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's going to be a shootout here in the Sin City. Let's rewind it and check out what happened to the 7 car here of Broomley as he was battling right there inside the top 10 with Hank Casting. It looks like the 7 just gets high and actually just ends up spinning it out. See if we can go back just a little bit and catch it again. The 8 of Eric Holly, I think something may have happened here as Broomley in the 7 makes contact with the 8 of Holly. I think Holly may have just got X'd out. There's a 17X limit here in the USRA for the Cup Series. I think with that contact there from the 7 of Broomley may have just X'd out Eric Holly.
I think the 2 of Leach went down pit road. I'm not sure what's happening here.
Jamie Leach looks like he's putting on 4 tires. I think Jeff Pogo's a little confused. He's still out on track trying to find the pace car, I think. Luke LaFaro also still out on track. The pace car is coming through turns 1 and 2. Jeff Pogo just a little bit ahead of the pace car. Jamie Leach, though, is down pit road, and a whole bunch of other drivers down pit road. Chase Berry, Michael Broomley, Ron Holyfield, Jason Young, Jared Hagedorn. Bunch of the guys that were running about the 10th place on back all down pit road. This could make things interesting.
Yeah, that is definitely a bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah, not sure if the pit road was open there. We're going to have to find out. Well, we're going to find out. Jarrett, if you were in the situation here at the front, would you have came down pit road? If it was open?
No, I would not. I think track position at this point is more important than 4 fresh tires.
As now we see the 20 of Luke LaFaro and the 03 of Sturgill peeking down pit road. They're not going to come down pit road. They stay out. The car you saw come down pit road was the 33 of Ira Kohlhaas. He's shown 3 laps down right now, and he came down pit road. Looks like Donald Bennett might be the recipient here of the lucky dog. He is sitting 15th, 1 lap down in the Turn 3 Racing Network 32 machine. Well, as everything starts to kind of fall into place, don't pay no attention to where up at the top of the screen it says final lap. I believe we do get one green-white checker try here in the Cup Series.
And the 2 of Leach has dropped all the way down to the 14th position. I'm not sure that pit road was open.
Yeah, that could be an unfortunate circumstances for the 2 of Jamie Leach, as he has shown at the tail of the longest line for entering a closed pits. That's got to feel, you got to probably feel at this point the tiniest man on earth.
Yeah, definitely. Just the driver error there coming down pit road.
Could have been a crew chief driver just mishap there. You know, driver thought pit road was open. Crew chief didn't tell him it wasn't open or wasn't open, and came down pit road, lost a ton of track position. And now going to have to start at the tail end of the longest line. So his day is pretty much at this point over. Lights on the pace car out. We're going to line them back up here 2 by 2 and give it one more crack at it. Jeff Pogo leading the way. Luke LaFaro shown second. Aaron Davidson is third. Ryan Jones is fourth. David Carmen is fifth. Hank Caston shown in your 6th spot. And then it's Chase Berry in 7th. Sorry, Skip Carmen is in 7th. Chase Berry is in 8th. Then it's Ron Holyfield and Jason Young. Skip Carmen going to be the first one to restart in the 19 with 4 fresh tires. Well. If you thought you were going to turn it off just yet, you are dead wrong, because these boys are going to line them up. They're going to have a shootout here in Sin City. Waiting for that iRacing pace car to come down pit road. The question is going to be when is Jeff Pogo going to fire off here at Las Vegas? Pace car's down and away. Waiting on Jeff Pogo. Waiting. Now the green flag waves. Now Jeff Pogo goes. A little bit of a spin of the tires for Jeff Pogo. A little bit of a spin of the tires there for the 20 of Luke LaFaro, but it looks like everybody got away pretty cleanly. We're going to go down into turn 1, and the battle's going to be for second.
Yeah, it looks like the 03 of Davidson is going to pass the 20 of LaFaro on the inside. Here comes the 91 of Jones coming for 3rd spot.
Here comes that 03 Aaron Davidson, going to throw it to the outside in that Camaro. He's going to go side by side with Jeff Pogo down to the turn number 3. Coming through turns 3, they're still side by side for the lead.
And as they come down to get the white flag, Pogo and Davidson still side by side as they go down towards turn 1.
We got the white flag, one more lap to go here to decide this event here in Las Vegas, the shootout in the desert. It's going to be Pogo. Here comes a crossover move down the backstretch. The block from the 24. Here comes Davidson. He has the nose down to the inside of the 24 going into turn 3. It's going to be a drag race. Here comes Jason Young. He's got 4 fresh tires. Can he possibly throw his hand into it? Little loose coming out of turn number 3. They're going to go side by side. Young going to come home second. Jeff Pogo going to win it here tonight from Las Vegas. What a heck of a run Jason Young had in the 29. He almost stole one away here.
Wow, and wow, Roger. Said it last week. You can't write this stuff. This is just amazing racing by these USRA Cup guys.
Wow, Jeff Pogo, the race winner, but the headlines are going to read, what if we had another 100 feet for the number 29 of Jason Young? So we're going to step away here, but your top 10 finishers, Jeff Pogo winning here from Las Vegas, Jason Young coming home second, Aaron Davidson is third, Luke LaFaro is shown fourth, Chase Berry is fifth, Ryan Jones is sixth, Ron Holyfield is sitting there seventh on the scoring charts, Jared Hagedorn is eighth, John Mullins comes back to a ninth place finish, Hank Kasten, coming home in your 10th position, but Jeff Pogo winning here from Las Vegas. Welcome back, race fans. Here, the Hooters Casino and Hotel 250 from Las Vegas, presented by Doug Ungari here tonight. Just finished up with a little bit of overtime in the Sin City. These boys weren't done, having a little bit of trouble as you see the motor expire there on the 24 of Jeff Pogo's machine after he doing a little bit of celebrating here in Las Vegas. He came home P number 1, but what a barn burner it was there coming out of turn number 4. The guy who finishes second, he restarted, I think it was right around the 10th place there on that final restart with 3 to go, and he came home side by side with Aaron Davidson for that second place. He just nosed him out. Aaron Davidson coming home in your third spot. Let's kick the post-race show off here, see if we can get a word in with the driver of that 03. Aaron, you battled inside the top 10, top 5 all night long. You led actually 22 laps here tonight, just not enough at the end of this one.
Disappointment. I mean, it was fun racing, but to come home third, I really thought that I had it there for a while. I seem to be faster than these guys on the short run, but as the tires wear on, they seem to have a little bit better stuff than I did there.
Yeah, I saw a lot of testing done by your team out here this week in the desert. Did all that testing kind of pay dividends here from Las Vegas tonight?
Oh, definitely. I thought the cars were going to be on the loose side because, you know, we're out here in the desert. I thought that the track was going to be extremely hot, but doing some practice with my team, we found out that the cars are actually pretty tight once you get about 11 laps on their tires. So I'm not the best with tight setup, so it definitely helped me.
Yeah, well, good showing here for yourself. By the way, before we let you go, could you get some numbers on the side of that car?
Did they not show up? They're showing up on my screen.
Man, this guy out here tonight, Jarrett, driving around with no numbers, but still brings the car home in the third spot. Aaron, before we pull the rug out from underneath you here, though, who do you got to thank for parking that Camaro there in third?
Well, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Chevrolet, Red Bull, all these guys, and then my team for the awesome practice.
Well, there you heard it, short and sweet, Jarrett, and to the point for driver of that 03, Aaron Davidson putting on one heck of a show, just kind of lost out to the guy I think you have caught up with.
I am here with our second place finisher, the 29 of Jason Young. And Jason, I mean, where did you come from on that green-white checker?
Well, I think I restarted like 10th or 12th, something like that, and there were a couple guys in front of me that had tires, and I had just kind of set in my mind that I was either going to win or I was going to wreck, and so I knew kind of from the restart what my move was going to be, was try and get down to the bottom and hold it wide open, and if I hit people, I hit people, and if I ended up in the grass, I ended up in the grass, so I just held her to the floor, and man, I'm angry I couldn't get Pogo, but man, that was a good race.
Well, I'll tell you what, another few feet and you might have had Jeff Pogo there, but excellent racing. That was an amazing finish. And who would you like to thank for your second place finish tonight?
Man, I'm just I'm happy to be able to represent the Infinite Hero Foundation. Those guys do awesome work for our veterans, especially with this week being 9/11 week and everything that happened there, and all the great things that our veterans do for us. I'm really happy I could put Infinite Hero kind of on the screen for us, and just so everybody knows, they don't give me any money to put that on there. That's my own thing, and I like what they do for all of our veterans that do so much for us. I'm just really happy I could get a solid finish for them here tonight.
Well, solid finish indeed. And before we let you go, let me get your thoughts on Auto Club next week.
That's going to be a tough one. This package really makes that a really interesting race. I know a lot of guys don't like this package. It actually suits my driving style quite well, and I think Auto Club's going to be an interesting race, to say the least. I think it'll probably be a bit of a cleaner race than what we saw tonight. Tonight we had just the close quarters of this place. Even though it's a mile and a half, it's really, really small. So I think with Auto Club, we'll get spread out and see some longer green flag rounds. I think it'll be a dang good race. Everybody should tune in for that one for sure. And hopefully I'll be able to get by everybody for that one and maybe actually pick up my first win here with the USRA.
Well, good luck next week. And Roger, I believe you have our winner.
Yeah, I caught up with the winner here. I had to pick him up, though he's a little bit short here, so kind of bear with us if we struggle through this one. He is a heavy little fella. Jeff Pogo, though, you did it here tonight from Las Vegas, the Sin City. You parked that Ford Performance 24 in here in Victory Lane. How did you do it, and did you know Jason Young was coming on those 4 fresh tires?
I didn't know he was coming. I knew he had some fresh tires. I was more worried about the rest of the guys with 20 laps on their tires. It was a good race, good battle. 4 guys up front most of the race. We'd single file out. We'd go 2 by 2. We'd single file out. Jamie caught a tough break back there. I hate to see that. Wish he was up here. I don't know. It was a hard race, but it was a good one.
Yeah, it was definitely an exciting one here. 2-3 wide battles at the front. You stayed up inside I think the lowest position it's showing here on our timing and scoring was down to the 8th position under green flag pit stops. Tell us how intense this package is here at Las Vegas.
It's pretty intense. I'm not a huge fan of this package. Like Jason was just saying, he likes it. A lot of guys don't. I'm ones that don't. I like a loose race car. I don't like being to where someone, 0.7 of a second back can catch right up to you with a little bit of the draft. I want people to have to drive their cars, but they're still fun. It's making for good racing. A lot better than we probably thought it was going to be, and everyone seems to like it with full field. So I'm excited for the next race.
Yeah, out of the 35 guys that showed up here in the desert tonight to battle it out, to bet all their poker chips, you came out on top here. It's only a 1.5 mile track, but it kind of raced and seemed like you guys were actually able to bump draft out there. Were you able to push somebody to the lead down the backstretch or around this D-shaped front tri-oval here?
You could. You didn't want to push in a tri-oval if you had some laps on your tires, but on the back, you're definitely bumping people down the straightaway and coming off their bumper going into the corner. It definitely paid a factor.
But yeah, we're able to do it here from Las Vegas, but we're going to pack up the cars. We're going to head to California next week, Southern California, to the Auto Club 2-mile track. How do you think the package is going to fare? We've already seen a 2.5-mile track super speedway. Been here at the 1.5-mile track. What is the kind of, we're going to call it the in-between 2-mile track?
I feel like you're going to see a mini Daytona.
A mini
It's the
Daytona.
only way I got to describe that.
Oh, that might not put on one half bad show, you know. But tonight here for the Hooters Casino Hotels 250, Jeff, you parked her in Victory Lane. Who do you got to thank for that as I pick you up here one more time?
Got to thank my teammate, Eric Holly, Glass City Motorsports, and then our kind of satellite team, Gateway Motorsports, with Dan Dill and Steve Holmes. I never had a chance to test here this week. Everything I learned was from practice races that I'd seen guys put up and watching the videos, taking stuff that I can learn from them videos and applying it tonight, and it seemed to pay off.
Well, there you heard it from Jeff Pogo. Not turning too many laps before Las Vegas here, but he still was able to hold that 24 Ford Mustang Ford Performance machine up front here, Jarrett. He didn't lead the most laps. He just led the crucial laps here at Vegas.
Yeah, he led the one that counted the most. And I'll tell you what, Roger, these first 2 races have been amazing. I can't wait for the rest of the season as we go to California next week.
Yeah, Southern California going to be where we battle it out next week. It'll be next Thursday night here with the USA Cup Series. If these first 2 races have shown us anything, next week, that 2-mile track, you know, we used to see with the old package, a lot of guys were able to run the bottom. They were able to kind of run the middle, but a lot of guys chose to rip and rim ride around California. We're going to see if this package is still going to allow for racing like that. But before we head off the air here tonight, tonight's race was brought to you right there by the Hooters Casino and Hotel from Las Vegas here, presented tonight by Doug Ungari. Jeff Pogo winning tonight, coming by a close second, just needed a maybe less than a football field to try and park his 29 in Victory Lane. Jason Young has his best finish ever with the USRA, comes home second place. And how about one of those rookie guys out there, the 03 Aaron Davidson, showed that he has the muscle here and flexed it tonight with a P3 finish. Luke LaFaro, your points leader coming in, did exactly what he needed to do. He comes home in your 4th spot. Chase Berry battling back, finishes 5th. And that's going to wrap up the show here from Las Vegas. We're going to head down to Southern California next week right here on your Turn 3 Racing Network.